Hey everyone, let's talk Cardano right now, and I want to get into some comments from Charles Hoskinson himself. And this will be kind of a fun thing to talk about, especially on a day where, as we look at ADA, I'll share with you guys what we're doing here on the day. Still 10th in market cap, but trading at 52.55 as I'm currently recording, down almost 4% on the day. Let's hit it. Let's get into the comments, and also I will touch upon a chart pattern that does kind of highlight the potential for a surge where Cardano would essentially double in price. Now, that's incredibly speculative, and as always, we don't have a crystal ball here on the channel. I'm going to give you the news and some of the numbers that I do kind of align myself with, and I will share with you guys my thoughts along the way. So if you are new to the channel, awesome. Make sure you hit the like button. Please subscribe down below, and let's talk some crypto. Okay, so back at it. I do want to get into the comments from Charles Hoskinson himself, saying that not to let the vampires in, okay? So talking about the essence, one of the catalysts of ADA, and that would be the Midnight Network, okay? So we'll touch upon that, and before we do, I do want to share with you guys the exchange that I use to trade on. This is BITUNIX, okay? I am an affiliate with them. If you do want to trade on BITUNIX, you can find a link down below in the description. Now, if you click that link, it will apply a 25% bonus, promotional bonus signing up, and that will be for futures trading, where you will receive a 25% bonus to your leverage trading account in the form of USDT. Just make sure it's right for you, where you're located, understand their terms and conditions, and also please be sure to do your own research and due diligence, okay? It's not financial advice, but this is the exchange I use to trade. If you want to enjoy that, that link will be down below, okay? But back into what Hoskinson is talking about, this is where we talk about the Midnight Network as the solution for a centralized digital identity control. Talking about how he believes Midnight can combat open source projects, emphasizing it as a haven for opinions without the fear of being blacklisted. Now, between this will be the battle between decentralization and centralized control. And I think that's kind of where he refers to the vampires as being that centralized control. In a recent clash on X, this is where he talks about these two separate visions, okay? In response to a viral post by Jim Ferguson, the founder of Freedom Train International, okay? Talking about a digital surveillance grid that is being built through the EU's push for mandatory digital IDs. And that's something within that meeting, talking about ending of the online anonymity on social media by the Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez at the World Economic Forum in Davos, okay? So kind of where it's interesting, and that's why Hoskinson rebelled and said, this is why Midnight exists. Do not let the vampires in, okay? So thought that was pretty cool to talk about in solution to some of those, I guess you would say KYC components and the just the subject of just sheer anonymity, whether it be on social media or within the financial aspect of everyday lives. This is where Hoskinson uses Midnight as a solution to shield computations from data remaining from surveillance kind of unaffected, and kind of how this would help in the precise manner where it does combat a lot of these privacy control concerns and controlling manners that the governments are trying to implement across the board, okay? So kind of shifting gears, I do want to touch upon the pattern within ADA, and that's what you guys care about mostly. And I do remind you, this is not financial advice, but we're gonna look at this pattern as it hints at a potential breakout for maybe 97%. But right now, the RSI reset that we have seen to go alongside a falling wedge pattern is pointing to a potential bullish reversal. These are conditions that are being echoed that we saw back in the July rally that Cardano saw an insane breakout where thought that was it, but unfortunately just a little bit of a pump fake like we talked about. But during this time, a lot of sideways movement. April, May was kind of a downtrend, and then also a more decline in June where we saw the stage being set for that July rally where we saw a 97% surge to around 57 cents, okay? So interesting to note that Cardano's RSI reset below the 40 mark that helped with the push. And then this is kind of where we saw that retest before the breakout to 57 cents. So right now as we stand, this is where we see a breakout above this wedge could open up the door to targets such as 75, 85 cents. That would be representative of a 32 to 50% move from the current level, okay? Now, kind of turning into the more bullish conversation, This is where we could see that 97% upswing. If we do reach 70 cents, this would require roughly a 23% gain from where we're at right here, right now, okay? And that would be a lot of resistance levels that we would need to break through. But you guys can see this green arrow kind of indicating the pattern and kind of the open-ended door to Cardano reaching new highs, okay? And that's where you look into a crypto analyst, Minturn, sharing his chart prediction as we look at Cardano's rise from 77 cents to potentially $4 to $5, okay? Now, this is something where we look into this confidence and the rally. That's what's fueling a lot of the optimism that Cardano can reclaim all-time highs that we have set back in 2025 and in 2021, okay? So here's my take, all right? We're not fools. We do this every day. We talk crypto. We talk Cardano. The markets absolutely stink right now, okay? But looking at this chart that I just shared with you guys, we're seeing a lot of upwards to sideways consolidation dating back all the way into 2022. In a zoomed in time frame, yes, Cardano was back above $1. We saw that explosion briefly, but still nothing to what we saw back in 2021 and 2022, where we were above the $3 threshold for the first time in the history of ADA, okay? So pumping the brakes a little bit on this optimism. Yes, do I think that we have hit that area of a topic where we could talk about all-time highs? Sure. Do I think that we have reached the rally that would get us there? No. Is everything that we're discussing right now purely speculative and most likely probably not what's going to happen? There's a very strong chance. I'm not a genius. I'm not a genie, and this is not a crystal ball. This is crypto. And unfortunately, I've done this for years and years and years, and you can have all the best technicals, the best viewpoints, the charts, aligning, fundamentals, whatever the catalyst may be across the board, and the crypto still remains stale and flat and stagnant, okay? This is where we're at, okay? I think that 2021, 2017, those 4-year cyclical trends had a lot of interesting things going on with the macro, all right? It wasn't just, hey, what's this crypto thing? Let's FOMO in. It was more so people were making insane gains, and there wasn't as many cryptos as there were back then that there is now. So yes, the market cap pool is diluted. Yes, there's more adoption, but still, it's going to be harder to see any kind of explosion like that unless we get help from the institutional components that do drive crypto as well. So what I'm doing is anything different than what I've been doing for the last few years, okay? I'm continuing to obtain high conviction plays at a discount in this very moment in time. A lot of those are at discounts, and not getting overreactionary when we do see these big pumps or something that could give us a head fake or a little bit of an indication that the time has come for not just Cardano, but all of crypto to kind of experience one of those 4-year cyclical trends that may be a little bit delayed right now in present day, okay? That's just my strategy. That's what I'm doing. It's always been make as much money in crypto, stack the blue chips, and see where we come out on the other side, okay? Trading is key. It's a trader's paradise right now. So take advantage of all that. And, you guys know what you're doing. Do the best that you can to make the gains that are right there in front of us. And Cardano at 50 cents, I'm not saying that in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, sure, this is going to go up 40%, but it would not surprise me either if we saw a substantial move from ADA just due to the complacency that we've had on the charts as a whole as it stands right here today as well. So it's kind of open-ended, but yes, it is where we're at, and I do feel that the volatility provides a lot of opportunities. So that's what I'm looking forward to, okay? Like I said, volatility leads to it being a trader's paradise, and that's kind of the day that I've been having and kind of keeping it looking to keep that momentum going forward into the future days as well. So leave a comment down below. Do you think that this is something where the pattern that I alluded to within Cardano, right? We've talked about the RSI reset within the falling wedge pattern could hint at that potential bullish reversal, maybe upwards of the 97% surge that this article was talking about? Or do you think Cardano is still going to remain flat? Curious to hear your guys' takes, but I do appreciate all of you that do show up, watch my videos, my breakdowns, and just me covering the crypto news each and every single day. Does mean a lot. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do so now. And I did talk about BITUNIX. If you want to start trading with them, that link will be down below. And thank you once more. We'll see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.